Hello and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida, where we are about a minute away from a test race for the 2015 GT Planet Fantasy Series. As we take a look at who all is going to be lining up for today's race, we have Jaragini, Race Car, Silverwing, BRRT Angel, NASCAR Fan 1400, Rally Morton, BK Glover, Raven 214, Quiet Girl, Cybertron, and Michelin among the 11 drivers ready to participate in today's test session. As we take a look at the drivers, the test session is after some practice laps. The test session will be an 8-lap race around the Daytona International Speedway. You might notice the Daytona International Speedway looking a bit different in the daylight from our last daytime race, which was the actual Daytona 400. And there was the command to start engines for the Daytona International Speedway as we take a quick look through the camera angles, taking a look at some of the test cars, and then of course our GMC Pace truck leading us around the track. You're seeing quite a few checkerboards, quite a few gradients, and quite a few carbon fibers out on the racetrack. And then of course BK Glover in that flat black, as the GMC Pace truck's going to make its way down pit lane. They asked the Racing Community Involved officials, these 11 drivers, if they could have a little pack test as a miniature race, and they agreed, and that's why we're even having a Pace truck. And there's the green. We're racing at Daytona for the first time of the 2015 season with broadcast, as the 11 drivers make their way off into Turn 1 with these brand new race cars. You see that brand new Toyota Camry for 2015 being out in front of the field there. That is the 34, making a change after the 35. That's Jaragini going from not only from Ford to Toyota, but from once again the 35 to the 34 as they make their way down the back straightaway of the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway. There you see Silverwing and NASCAR Fan right behind the 34. As they make their way around Turn 3, coming off of Turn 4. NASCAR Fan actually won a race at Daytona not more than a few days ago. He ended up winning the IROC 250 on the Racing Community Involved Weekend Fun Runs in Gran Turismo 6. So, taking the checkered flag in that race, that was held on Saturday night. He came 6th place in the Sunday night race. And completed the full 500 miles as well as Corza. So as they make their way down the back stretch here on lap 2 of 8, we're not expecting a whole lot of crazy moves. We're expecting a couple of pass attempts, and you see here in the back of the field, Michelin, the Cybertron, Race Car, that's Raven, BRRT Angel, and Rally Morton, I want to say, is back. Yeah, that's Rally Morton in the back of the pack. They're pretty spread out. Riding on board with the Cybertron as they make their way out of Turn 2 and down the back straightaway. 2.5 miles this speedway, and sorry guys, that was my phone alarm going off. That will not be happening during the live broadcast. This is going to be a short little event here just to test what Jaggy1124 has actually recommended to me, a video compressor to make uploading a lot faster. As we look back, looks like BRRT Angel, as we now are looking back, is making a move on to Cybertron, nearing the halfway point of the test. Jaragini still leading. No money, no points, as once again this is a driver requested test just to get the feel of things, seeing race cars starting to fall slightly off the pace. There's Michelin and BRRT Angel. Nobody really going for, I believe, BK Glover and Jaragini are the only two drivers in the entire test field, the 11-car test field, to be using headlights and taillights. Most of the Chevy drivers using grills, but no lights. And as they fly by there into turn 3. I think that Silverwing and NASCAR Fan may be waiting until the white flag to try and make a move on Jaragini here, as the field is primarily single file coming out of turn 4. Oh, BK Glover and Raven going to the low side. Woo, nearly made some contact with NASCAR Fan. I think those guys trying to see if they can't get a little line going there on the inside. But you see it's mostly single file. Silverwing right behind Jaragini. You're going to notice some of the racing, some of the banners not quite up to spec yet. That's okay because it's a test session. But everybody will be up in this proper font and in the proper all caps font face as well. Jaggy actually being a helping us out. He's part of the stewards group as we come to 2 laps to go, and the field is more tightly packed. But Jaggy actually being a great steward, being part of the steward group and helping us out, he has created all of those banners for the drivers we currently have. Since the early bird signups are now over, we are going to be seeing some drivers now contacting other drivers and trying to see if they can't get some people that may have not been in the series before to showcase their talents next season. Expecting a full 42-car grid for 2015, but definitely going to see a lot of yellow bumper stickers, I'm sure. White flag going to be in the air this time by. Taking a look at the speeds as we make our way through the tri-oval. NASCAR Fan in the number 80 going 197, 198, 199, 200 miles an hour, broken off into turn 1 and 2. About the same speeds they were running in the Sprint Unlimited in real NASCAR not terribly long ago. Everybody single file as they make their way down into turn 3. Looks like we have one car that's lost the draft, and that was Race Car. As we make our way, BK Glover on the low line into turn 3. See, now we have Raven leading the outside line. Forgive me, I'm going to be calling him Turbo Snail all next season. Coming to the checkered flag. They're starting to spread out here. Anybody going to try and make a move? Doesn't look like there's going to be anything there. Checkered flag in the air, and Jaragini is going to win the test race. Not necessarily expecting too much craziness early, as we're still a long ways away and have many more months of testing to go before the 2015 Daytona 400, which of course will have full commentary and a full broadcast. Trying to get that hooked up to see if we can't get Tom Brooks, who commentated in the GT Planet Endurance Series 24-hour event, see if he would be interested in commentating with us, as well as Raleigh Morton, who already does the Racing Community Evolved Porsche Cup commentary, and myself included, obviously, going to be one of the commentators in the booth for the 500 or for the 400, already confirmed, being myself there. But of course, a full broadcast. This is just a test to see how the full broadcast will work out. And as we see the drivers pull their way into the pits, beautiful test cars, quite interesting and quite cool to see all of them out there. NASCAR doesn't test anymore, but Racing Community Evolved definitely needs testing. It's imperative that we test. And you can see, obviously, the testing grid becoming a bit more full as we make our way in further and further into the end of the current season and deeper to the, or closer to the beginning of the off season for 2015. That's everybody off the racetrack making their way to the pits and making their way to the garage area. Jaragini ends up with the checkered flag. Then it's Silverwing, NASCAR Fan, BK Glover, Raven, D Cybertron, BRRT Angel, edging out Quiet Girl. You know those two are going to be in an intense rivalry They already are in a rivalry. They had a bit of an argument after Martinsville in the 2015 or 2014 Fantasy Series. So those two obviously going to be battling each other, trying to see who can be the fastest female. However, we may see some more females possibly make their way into the series. Once again, early bird sign-ups are over. You may now contact other drivers and see if you can get them into the series. And out of the drivers that we currently have, the early bird sign-up ends with about 24 to 30 drivers signed up. So lots of spots open for rookies. So that'll be interesting to watch how that develops. Then Raleigh Morton, Michelin, and now as we're going to scroll down one more, you're going to see that's race car falling off the pace, finishing a good 9 seconds behind. Definitely a very calm session. Not a whole lot of battling, not a whole lot of craziness going on there. Nice clean session, and hopefully the race will be just as clean. We'll see how that happens, but of course the Daytona 400 for 2015, a good 3 to 4 months down the road. But of course the road to Daytona is starting early, of course, with it started ever since the first Daytona 500 or Daytona 400. So definitely a lot of teams ready to go already and getting their test cars out there early. Of course, there will be more and more test races, which more than likely will be broadcast live to just get everybody the feel for the live broadcasts, which of course will be for the Daytona 400 and I believe the final race of the season for 2014 and possibly the final race of the season for 2015. I'm NASCAR Fan 1400. Thanks for watching this test race. We'll see you on Racing Community Evolved in the next event. I'll see you all next time.